Is Charli XCX intentionally trying to induce her own flop era? The singles from her new album Music Fashion Film have been met with pretty mixed opinions, and it's not hard to see why. Gone are the pounding bass lines and intricate synth work of Brat, replaced instead by pretty conventional sounding guitar riffs and an incredibly minimalist approach to the drums and bass. The first single to come out was Rock Music, and that seemed to serve as the thesis statement of this new sound, with Charli even straight up saying,
I think the dance floor is dead, so now we're making rock music.
How on earth is she gonna do that live, by the way? Making rock music! I don't know, something like that. Anyway, the thing is, this isn't really a rock song, is it? It's a pop song toying with the aesthetics of rock music in a kind of non-committal way. I can see why a lot of listeners found that frustrating, and I find it hard to believe that that tension isn't at least in part the point of the track. None of this answers the question of if it's actually any good, though. And to be honest, I still haven't figured out where I stand on that particular question. There are some individual choices I like. The decision to make the main hook of the song as heavily chopped up and processed as it is, for instance, is a legitimately bold and experimental decision, and I especially like that jitteriness is reflected in the video. But I don't know if that's going to be enough for me to feel tempted to revisit it a year from now. Oh, and I also like it when she goes, wow. 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 It cracks me up for some reason, I don't know why. The second single, Spring Summer 26, is at the very least more comprehensible. It has a melody, it follows a more traditional song structure, and most importantly, it has a coherent point. How are we supposed to keep living our lives, making and consuming art, and caring about stupid, petty celebrity bullshit when the world seems to almost literally be crumbling around us? It's art about art's place in society, a point she keeps unsubtly making throughout this album rollout. The album art features John Cale, Mark Jacobs, and Martin Scorsese, whose presence collectively spells out the name of the album via each of their respective mediums. Now look, as much as I like the track, there's one thing that I can't help but find a bit insufferable about it, and it's this. Charli isn't separate from the world of the stupid, petty celebrity bullshit she's criticizing here. If anything, Brat's success was her golden ticket to becoming a fixture in the exact same mainstream that she seems to think is such a waste of time. Now, I think this is something she's actually acutely aware of, and part of me wonders if it's a kind of defensive posture, like she's trying to say, joke's on you, you can't criticize me for these things because I already criticized myself for them. Checkmate, poptimists. I don't know, look, at the end of the day, maybe this is actually the truest way to honor and embody the Brat archetype. To follow up your most successful record with a solid 6 out of 10 album, not give a shit what anyone thinks of it, and then just move on with your life. I guess we'll see how that plays out in practice when the album launches.